So I kind of want to talk tonight about Mona Lisa's smile for a second. Now, I took a whole bunch of notes on it, and I sent them to the Fab Socialist on YouTube. I hope that she actually makes a video about it, but I feel like she might not. And so, just in case she doesn't, I just kind of want to talk about the themes that I noticed in it. Just because, like I said before, I do feel like when you have like a perspective that's kind of like more, it's not even that complicated. It's basically when you didn't go to a low-income primary school. Like if you went to an upper-middle-class primary school, your experience is different, and it kind of frames the college that you choose and the type of experience that you have. And the movie is the only one that I found that kind of impacts that, but specifically that, and from a feminist lens. So basically, the movie is about Julia Roberts, and she plays like a first-year art history teacher at this college called Wellesley. It's a female college, and it's very close to Harvard. So the big idea is all the guys from Harvard choose girls from Wellesley to marry, and basically Wellesley is like a finishing school for the girls. Nobody really cares about them having a career. They mostly go straight into marriage. Now, Julia Roberts is like the only woman in the whole community who's basically trying to tell the girls, like, you don't just have to get married, you can like go do other stuff. Like there's a girl who wants to go to law school, but then she's like, no, I can't go to law school because her fiance is going to law school, and he's saying, no, she's gonna move with me, and she's not, because she got into Yale, but he got into Princeton. So he's like, well, she has to come with me. She can't go to Yale, but it's really nice that you helped her get in. Just completely like gaslighting her whole admission to fucking Yale. So here some notes I took, like how are the students dressed? Okay, so that's an important thing too. Like none of the women have pants. They all have like dresses. That's very important. It's a film in the 1950s, and like prime feminism was a thing. Another really funny thing about this film is there like were virtually no women of color in the film. There's like one black girl. There's always a token black girl. It's like me, but still, I'm just saying, like, ooh, the food is here. There should be more. Thank you. Ooh, oh, yummy. Are these beets?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yes. Oh my god. Oh, this looks so good. Oh, wow. Yeah, this place is fire. Okay, so, can you see it? Damn, and they gave me hella injera tonight. Yes. Ooh, and I go, oh, okay, yeah, this place is awesome. Okay, well, let's keep on. Okay, then another note that I took is like, what is the lifestyle like? So for most of these girls, when they got the syllabus, they like literally read all of the books on the syllabus and all of the supplemental material. So by the time the class started, they already knew everything. So it wasn't like going chapter by chapter where there was something to expect. All of them had already reviewed all of the material. So another key point about that was this was sort of a joke on the fact that these women were like the smartest women in the whole country. So that's why, like, you know, Julia Roberts came and she was thinking this was gonna be like her, you know, undergrad experience in some way, but she's not like a Wellesley girl, so she didn't know what the culture was like. Okay, and then I wrote down, okay, when the academic year started, there was a ceremony, kind of like a ceremony that some people have in sports. So the headmistress comes out, she's like, I now declare the academic year begin. And everybody runs out in their gowns and stuff. Wow, that's good. Okay, so the course that she's teaching is called History of Art 101. That's even also interesting because I think most of these girls are like second years. Oh wait, some of them are definitely seniors, but that's interesting too. Who takes art history as a senior? I don't know. I will say this. I don't know any STEM majors who took art history at all. So maybe I've one. It's a very fuzzy major, but maybe it's more like a wealthy major. People who are already rich study art history. Oh, okay. So this is funny. So when it's like the second day of class, and she starts going over the material, and she realizes that all the girls know everything. Then she's kind of like, the girls literally told her, like, look, honey, you don't understand the culture here, so we know all this shit already. You're not teaching us anything. We want to do academics, independent study, which is a really normal thing to do. Like a lot of people who want to opt out of academia, like I did this. I know 3 other people who did this. In high school, you can just say, like, I'm not getting anything from this professor. I would rather do independent study. And they let you do that. You could do it for up to 3 periods in your 3rd and 4th year. Well, if you're behind academically, you can't do it. So it kind of depends on what your situation is and what you're trying to get out of it. If you're going to like theater or dance or something, after you have all the credits you need for graduation, you can do independent study for everything else and just go like take an art class off campus and it can count for credit. So that's a thing. Okay, so this is interesting too. So then she switches the entire syllabus around and she's like, what happened? Because she brings in a new piece of art. This is I think it's like some new artist or something. And she puts the piece up on the screen and she was like, tell me about this piece. And they were all stunned. They're like, I don't know, this wasn't in the book. And she's like, that's the point. The question is who determines whether art is good or bad? There was like kind of an extended conversation about it where they're like, oh, the people who've been studying art for longer, these people, no, those people. Kind of like, wait a minute. Then the conversation turned to like, who becomes an art critic? Who is capable enough to critique art, right? And that was interesting, but I think it opened the eyes of a lot of the women there because they had this idea that if it wasn't written in a book, it wasn't valid. When I think they also talked about, I don't remember which one of the like really famous artists that they brought up, but he was, he died poor and unknown. And it wasn't until like 50 years after his death that he became famous, but he's really famous now. It's like that for a lot of artists. Their art isn't appreciated while they are alive, and it isn't until after they're dead that they finally got kudos and praise for their art. It's really sad. That's actually happening now with Virgo, right? Dude, this dress is not a joke. Okay, let me open this back up, sorry. Okay. This is a really big thing too. So 2 of the women were like getting married in the class. Not like during the time when the class was in session, but kind of like during the term. 2 women had weddings on the weekend. They like eloped. And that's hard. I mean, it was incredible, the amount of like pressure that these women were under to like succumb to marriage. It was a lot. And it was just so serious, like it was like their entire identities were placed on the marriage, you know? And that's weird. It's weird. I mean, these women they had so much, you know? It's too dark. I don't know anymore. This is really good, but I just want to get out of the dress. It's really tight. So.